On behalf of all the women of Liberia, the women of Africa, and the women all around the world who struggle for peace, justice, and equality, I'd like to introduce Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the woman who's inspired people like me with her famous quote, "If your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough." Today I will be speaking about her early life, her political career, and some of her achievements. Born Ellen Euphemia Johnson in Monrovia on October 29, 1938, she is the granddaughter of a traditional chief of renown in western Liberia and a market woman from the southeast. She grew up in Liberia and attended high school at the College of West Africa in Monrovia, subsequently studying at Madison Business College, the University of Colorado, and Harvard University's Kennedy School of Government, where she obtained a master's degree in public administration in 1971. From 1992 to 1997, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf worked as Assistant Administrator and then Director of the UN Developmental Program Regional Bureau for Africa. Meanwhile, in Liberia, an interim government was put in power, led by a succession of 4 unelected officials. By 1996, the presence of West African peacekeepers created a lull in the civil war, and elections were held. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf played an active role in the transitional government as the country prepared for the 2005 elections and eventually stood for president against her rival, the ex-international footballer George Mane Weah. Despite the elections being called fair and orderly, Weah repudiated the result, which gave a majority to Johnson Sirleaf, and the announcement of Liberia's new president was postponed, pending an investigation. On November 23, 2005, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was declared the winner of the Liberian election and confirmed as the country's next president. Her inauguration, attended by the likes of U.S. First Lady Laura Bush and Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, took place on Monday, January 16, 2006. In 1972, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was appointed the Assistant Minister of Finance before later becoming Minister of Finance. Imprisoned and forced to flee Liberia in the 1980s, Ellen worked for several years as an economist with Citibank and the World Bank before the return proper to her native country in 1997. In 1997, Ellen ran against President Charles Taylor during the presidential elections but attained only 10% of the votes. She campaigned for the removal of Charles Taylor from office, playing an active supportive role in the transitional government. With Taylor's departure, she took over leadership of the Unity Party. On November 23, 2005, the National Elections Commission of Liberia confirmed that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had been elected president of Liberia by a margin of almost 20% of the vote. International and domestic observers declared the vote to be free, fair, and transparent. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf couldn't have said it better when she said, "The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. If you start off with a small dream, you may not have much left when it is fulfilled, because along the way, life will task your dreams and make demands on you. When we add to that the traditional quest for excellence, for which we are known, there is no telling what we can accomplish. So go forth and embrace a future that awaits you." Thank you.